You wake up every day already feeling tired. Not just tired in your body, tired in your soul. Tired from holding it all together. Tired from pretending to be okay. Tired from carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. You may not even realize it. You tell yourself you're just being responsible. You're managing things. You're planning ahead. You're staying on top of it. But underneath all that, you're gripping tightly to control, trying to manage everything. Your emotions, other people's reactions, your future, your healing, your image, your energy. Moment by moment, your nervous system is in overdrive. It's like you're constantly holding your breath, and you don't even know how to exhale anymore. This is the quiet exhaustion of control. It doesn't make loud noise. It doesn't scream. It whispers. And it tells you things like, don't let go. Everything will fall apart. If you rest, you'll lose your progress. If you don't fix this now, it'll get worse. You're not doing enough. And so, you keep pushing. You keep fixing. You keep healing. You keep planning. You keep pretending. But inside, you're falling apart. There's a reason why you feel this way. You were never meant to carry all this. The pressure to always be in control wasn't part of your design. That tightness in your chest, that constant tension in your jaw, that panic that shows up when things are uncertain, it's not weakness. It's your body saying, this isn't mine to hold. Somewhere along the way, you were taught that control equals safety. So you started managing everything. Your behavior, your feelings, other people's feelings, your image, your thoughts, your future. But the more you tried to manage it all, the more disconnected you became. You lost touch with ease, with presence, with joy, with yourself. Because life isn't meant to be controlled. It's meant to be lived. You might think, if I can just plan enough, if I can just heal enough, if I can just stay ahead of my emotions, then I'll finally feel safe. But it doesn't work that way, because the more you try to control everything, the more anxious you feel. Have you noticed? Even when everything seems okay, you're still tense, still on edge, still waiting for the next thing to go wrong. That's because control doesn't bring peace. It only creates more fear. Control tells you, you're only safe if nothing changes. You're only okay if everything is under your command. You must earn peace by doing more, being more, fixing more. But peace doesn't come from perfection. It comes from presence. Surrender is often misunderstood. People think it means giving up, letting life walk all over you. But surrender is something very different. It's not weakness. It's wisdom. It means letting go of the need to figure it all out. Letting go of the story that says you must always do it right. Surrender means being here. Now. Not 5 steps ahead. Not 3 weeks back. Just here. It means saying, I don't know what's going to happen, but I trust myself to be okay when it does. That trust is powerful. That presence is peace. Maybe you've noticed, even in quiet moments, you can't relax. You're always waiting, watching, preparing. Your body is calm, but your mind is scanning. Did I say the right thing? What if something goes wrong? What should I do next? Am I safe right now? Even joy feels fragile, like it could disappear at any moment. You try to hold on to it, but you can't, because in your nervous system, peace still feels unsafe. You've been taught that calm is a temporary reward, not a natural state. You think you must earn peace and protect it and defend it. So even when peace comes, you don't trust it. You start waiting for the other shoe to drop. And that waiting, that constant alertness, becomes your default mode. Control starts as a survival tool. You learn to manage, to plan, to fix, because once you needed to. Maybe your world felt chaotic. Maybe people you loved weren't stable. Maybe emotions felt overwhelming, too big, too scary, too painful. So you learned, if I can just control enough, I won't get hurt. And for a while, it worked. But over time, that control became a prison. You didn't feel safer. You felt smaller, more anxious, more distant from yourself. You weren't living. You were surviving. You weren't growing. You were managing. You weren't connected. You were protected. And now, that old way of being is suffocating you. Transformation doesn't always look big. Sometimes it's quiet. You don't suddenly wake up with a brand new life. You just notice one day. You didn't panic when someone misunderstood you. You didn't over-explain your feelings. You didn't spiral when things didn't go your way. You didn't chase approval. You didn't shrink. You didn't hide. You just stayed. You stayed with yourself. You breathed. You let it pass. You felt the moment instead of managing it, and you realized you don't need to control everything to be okay. Presence is the place control can't live. It's where your breath is slow, where your thoughts soften, where your heart becomes honest, where the moment opens its arms and says, "Welcome back." In presence, you don't have to prove anything. You don't have to earn peace. You don't have to rehearse your feelings. You don't have to be strong or smart or spiritual. You just are. You're allowed to be tired, allowed to be unsure, allowed to be quiet, allowed to be you. And strangely, that's where the safety comes from, not from gripping, but from releasing. You might expect peace to arrive like a big breakthrough, an event, a realization, a dramatic moment, but most of the time, it doesn't. Peace feels like a soft breath, a relaxed shoulder, a quiet decision to not respond in fear. It feels like an exhale you didn't know you were holding. Peace is undramatic. It's not the absence of problems. It's the absence of overreaction. It's the absence of panic. It's the space where you finally stop trying to be anything and start allowing yourself to be. Letting go of control doesn't mean life becomes easy. Things still go wrong. People still misunderstand you. Plans still change. Discomfort still shows up. But here's the difference. You stop turning every discomfort into a personal failure. You stop reading into every silence. You stop assuming the worst. You start trusting your ability to respond. You start letting discomfort move through you, instead of gripping it, fixing it, or feeding it. And when that happens, life feels lighter. Not perfect, but more livable, because you're not adding extra weight to what's already heavy. For a long time, you've been playing a role. Maybe it was the strong one, the wise one, the peaceful one, the one who always knows what to do, the caretaker, the calm, composed, grounded one. And that role helped you survive. It helped you feel safe. It helped you feel seen. It helped you feel in control. But now, it's not helping anymore. Now, it's hiding you. Now, it's suffocating the parts of you that need to be felt. The messy parts, the confused parts, the angry parts, the playful parts. It's time to let that old version rest. At first, letting go of control can feel like loss. Loss of structure, loss of identity, loss of the way things were. But over time, something else happens. You return. You return to the parts of yourself that got buried beneath performance. The softness, the curiosity, the freedom, the spontaneity, the laughter that doesn't ask for permission. You return to your heart, Not the version that's always doing the work, but the one that simply feels, and it feels like coming home.